Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Well, as you can see on the screen today, I'm dealing with letter writing. Letters are the most common form of written communication, and in class 11th and class 12th, letter writing plays an important role in not only shaping up the language skills of the student but also to make them aware that how various types of letters are written, each one having a separate identity and each one having separate necessities. And that is how the child comes to know about the vocabulary included in different types of letters as well as the language included. So I will be focusing today on letter to the editor. But after all, it is the part of the letter writing regime. So let's get started. Letters should have a format that goes with the latest conventions. Letter types include informal letters. These are the letters written to close associates. So we do not have informal letters in our syllabus in 11th as well as in 12th. We have formal letters. They include business or official letters for making inquiries, registering complaints, asking for and giving information, placing orders, and sending replies. Then we have letters to the editor. And the letters to editor are usually written to bring out a problem, to present a problem. The problem can be related to the locality in which you live, the city in which you live, or it can be a national or a global issue. So there is no limitation of the topic as far as the letter to editor is concerned. A concerned citizen can write a letter to the editor about any topic. So apart from letter to the editor, we have application for a job also. Now, while drafting letters, what is to be kept in mind? That you have to write the letter in the full block format. That is, everything is to be written on the left hand side. State your reason for writing in the first paragraph and stay on track. Always include specifics that will help it ease the recipient's task. Like if you are writing a letter to the editor, then you have to mention that what is the issue, how is that issue to be solved, and what are the problems associated with that issue. If you are writing an application for job, then you have to present yourself as the best candidate for the job, as well as your resume or your CV should be there. If you refer to other correspondence, quote date of the letter, reference number. So this is usually associated with the business letter where the business transaction takes place, and you have to refer to the bill number, sometimes the quotation number and such, or the previous letter number too. Well, gently and respectfully direct the recipient's course of action. It may be strongly worded, but always be courteous and use polite language and pleasant tone. So this is very important because whatever letter type it is, they are all formal letters, and that is why the language has to be formal, polite, and to the point. There are some more points like the self-introduction should be avoided. Informal expressions, greetings, or contracted forms of words should not be used. The language should be simple, straightforward, and to the point. Leave a line, additional space between paragraphs since no indentation is followed. So no matter what your handwriting is, what kind of handwriting you have, leaving a space always makes the letter look more presentable. Open punctuation to be followed, that is, no punctuation marks are to be used. Do not mix up the old format and the new format. In the new format, students, everything is to be written only on the left hand side. In letters to the editor, do not ask the editor to solve the problem. Please don't do that, because the editor can only publish your article, publish your letter in the newspaper. He or she cannot solve the problem. You have to ask the authorities to do that. In job application letters, CV, biodata, etc. are to be attached. But today we are specifically dealing with letter to editor, and all these letters, business letters, application for job, and letter to editor, they all follow the format of a formal letter. The first thing to be written down is sender's address, then the date, After that, the receiver's address. In this case, it will be the editor of the particular newspaper. Then the subject of the letter should be written, and the subject has to be very precise, very to the point, and it should be in complete coherence with the content of the letter. Then the salutation is there. It is usually sir, dear sir, madam, respected sir. It depends on the letter type. In letters to editor, we usually go for sir, dear sir, sir slash ma'am, ma'am slash sir, like that. Then we have the body of the letter, and specifically for letter to editor, you can go for the 3 paragraph system. In first paragraph, the introduction is there. You can introduce yourself but do not go in details. The purpose of writing the letter, you can introduce the topic also, because of which you are writing the letter to editor. In second paragraph, go for the detailed analysis, the past, present and the future of the issue. What is the present scenario? If it is a problem, then who are the people affected by the problem and how are they facing the problem every day? And in the third paragraph, the conclusion can be drawn and the suggestions can be given. Then we have the complimentary close, and then after that we have the sender's name, signature and designation. The order is signature, name and then the designation. In letters to editors, we usually do not have the designation. This is one of the examples of letter to editor. See the format: the sender's address, date, receiver's address. The receiver's address is the editor, The Times of India, New Delhi. The subject here is pretty short. It cannot be very long. Concern about environmental pollution. So this is a national, global issue actually. It is related to everybody. So anybody can write the letter about the topic that is there out there. I mean, it is there for everyone. Environmental pollution is something that is associated with each and every human being living on the planet. And the person has used dear sir as salutation, and you can see there are 3 paragraphs. The beginning can be like this: through the columns of your esteemed newspaper, I would like to bring to the notice of all the environmental groups the total disregard shown by the industries situated near the river towards environmental pollution. Then the problem is then analyzed in detail, that how is it affecting the people, how is it affecting the other organisms, and this goes on. And then afterwards you can present some suggestions. Then this particular letter can end with a thank you, yours sincerely, and the name can be put in. It's better if you put in the signature also, name as given in the question. And there is another example. Again, sender's address is there, the date is written, the receiver's address is there. The problem is frequent power failures in Azad Nagar area. So it is basically a very personalized kind of thing. It's about a locality. It's not a national or global issue. Let's look at this letter. Sir, not a day passes when your newspaper does not add flavor to my morning cup of tea. Due to its wide popularity and large circulation, I would like to voice my deep sense of concern and anguish over frequent power failures in Azad Nagar area, causing a great deal of misery and discomfort to the local residents. So this is the first paragraph. The person has mentioned that the newspaper is pretty popular, and what is the issue? The issue is clearly stated. It is about frequent power failures in Azad Nagar area. The second paragraph will be about the analysis, that how this problem is causing problems to the common people. Sir, it seems RSCB is giving stepmotherly treatment to Azad Nagar area, as the problem of frequent power failures has been communicated already to the assistant engineer in charge of the area, but in vain. Students are the worst hit. With the final examination approaching fast, it is difficult to concentrate on studies with mosquitoes feasting on their blood. The entire area often remains submerged in the dark, encouraging antisocial and criminal activities. The crime graph of the locality has shot up alarmingly over the last 6 months. All this has made the life of the local residents a virtual hell. The plight of the old and ailing is beyond description. They cannot snatch even an hour's sleep without interruption due to these power cuts. So the writer has mentioned that how the students are affected, how the elderly are affected, how the local people are affected, and this is also becoming a criminal hub because of this particular problem. Now the third paragraph is about giving suggestions and closing it. Through the columns of your esteemed newspaper, I would like to call upon the authorities concerned to wake up from their deep slumber and swing into immediate action to improve the situation. Stringent measures should be adopted to check theft of electric power and unauthorized connections. People guilty of such crimes should be dealt with strictly and taken to task. I am sure the authorities concerned will take urgent steps to regularize power supply in our locality before it is too late. Thank you, yours sincerely, XYZ. So I believe this letter is written with perfection, near to perfection, undoubtedly, because the problem is being presented perfectly. There is no hustle bustle, there is no deviation from the main point, and the language itself is pretty amazing. It's very expressive and it is very impressive too. So this is how the letter should be. The first paragraph, the second paragraph, and the third paragraph. This letter shows clearly that how each paragraph is to be framed, and again the format is to be followed. Now coming to the end and some important points. Sender's address, you need to write down clearly. Then the date. After the sender's address, you can leave a space, leave a line as per your wish. Then you have to write down the receiver's address. This time it is the editor. Subject of the letter, the main purpose of the letter, why you are writing it. It must convey the matter for which you are writing the letter for. Salutation for formal letter, again I repeat, sir, dear sir, madam, respected ma'am. Body of the letter, first paragraph should introduce the topic. You can introduce yourself also. And the second paragraph is about the detailed analysis of the entire matter. The third paragraph is the conclusion, as well as suggestions are to be given. And then we have the complimentary closing. You can conclude the letter using thanks, thank you, and regards. Then we have the signature, name, and designation as the requirement of the formal letter. In letters to editor, we do not usually have the designation. And with this, I would like to call it quits. I believe that you have understood the main points associated with the formal letter writing, specifically letter to editor. My suggestion to you is pick up a topic, write down a letter to editor all by yourself, read a lot, gather information about various topics so that you can write a letter easily. Letter to editor usually carries 6 marks in the board examination. Due to pandemic situation in 2020-21, this particular session, the letter to editor as well as application for job, the letter writing question will carry 5 marks. Otherwise, in all the sessions, it is of 6 marks. So my best wishes to you. Keep writing and good day.